Hi, it's Bruce. It's Easter Sunday, April 20th, 2014, and I got a Facebook message from my friend Dave Perry, who wondered if I had seen Mothers and Sons, and I thought, well, I must have reviewed Mothers and Sons, and then I looked and I see I haven't reviewed anything since January. So, Dave, you got me to shake my ass and get it out of that couch. First of all, I want to promote my spouse's show, Pageant, which had 5 sellout performances on Monday evenings in February. Broadway Cares Equity Fight States benefit, and was a giant success, and something may be happening, and it may have more performances. Maybe around June we can look for maybe a couple nights a week somewhere, but nothing's definite in life. So I have seen too many shows to talk about for too long, and a couple that have closed I'm never going to mention. So I'm going to just go briefly in order, sort of in order of my enjoyment of them. Must see on the list, Lady Day at Emerson's Bar and Grill, starring Audra McDonald, who is Billie Holiday in this show. I didn't know if she can do it. She relies a lot on her operatic training in a lot of her musicals, and it's lovely. Works in Porgy and Bess. Doesn't always work for me in musicals. She channels Billie Holiday. It's 90 minutes. Audra, it's a play with music. I think she'll be up for Best Actress in a play. If she doesn't win her 6th Tony, something's wrong. If Cherry Jones beats her, it's unfair. And I love Cherry Jones, but Audra. Another must-see for people who love theater, and I know some people said it was long and tedious for them, but Act 1, James Lapine's adaptation of Moss Hart's autobiography, with great license, he wrote an autobiography. It's about the young Moss Hart going from poverty to his first hit play, Once in a Lifetime, and his meetings with George S. Kaufman, playwright George S. Kaufman, on the way. Santino Fortuna plays the young, not the young, there's 3 actors who play Moss Hart. A young actor, Santino Fortuna, in this prime time, and then Tony Shalhoub in flashback narration scenes. Tony Shalhoub should also get a Tony, or a nomination, at least, for playing George S. Kaufman, Moss Hart's father, and the older Moss Hart. He's wonderful. The set's incredible. It is almost 3 hours. Andrea Martin plays a lot of roles. Bill and I wept, because it's just about the art of writing and the art of being in the theater. It was really good. Fun, Aladdin. Yes, a Disney musical, directed by Casey Nicholaw, so it's not just any Disney musical. It's sumptuous. It's got great choreography. It's beautifully directed and choreographed by Casey. The cast is fun. We saw an understudy, Genie, who was very good. I hear the Genie is excellent. And the magic carpet is phenomenal. We were oohing and eyeing and getting a little weepy. It's a fun show. It's got laughs. It is Disney. They poke fun at themselves. And it was a Tuesday night, and there weren't that many kids there. It's funny, because I think a lot of 20s and 30-year-olds grew up with the DVD and they're going. Another musical I can't believe I have not reviewed, After Midnight. Also, it's a review of songs that would be done around the Cotton Club time, and it's also brilliantly directed and choreographed by don't do this to me, Warren Carlyle, who is a friend of mine, an acquaintance friend. And Warren, I just had this mental block because I didn't want to forget your name. Wonderful. We saw Fantasia in it from American Idol. They're alternating that role. Fantasia was great. Right now it's Vanessa Williams, and I think Fantasia's coming back. All right, now here we go into the middle ground. Those are all excellent shows. A very good play is Mothers and Sons by Terrence McNally. Not everybody's liked it. I kind of liked it. I work in a law firm where we actually do gay marriage, gay lifestyle, gay parenting, all kinds of gay law. And this kind of appealed to me. Tyne Daly comes back as the mother of Frederick Weller's ex-lover who died of AIDS, and she's come back for mysterious reasons. And his new lover is Bobby Steggert, and they have a son. And that's all I'll say. And I liked it. Some people who were with me didn't care for it as much. Another play I liked that, and the four of us went, and we all liked it, was Kung Fu by David Henry Hwang, and I don't know if his name's Haribe or Harib, who plays Bruce Lee, was phenomenal. It's a little long, and it's a Bruce Lee biography, but there's great dance movement and connections with Chinese identity that I thought were touched on. A lot of people think he's touching, Hwang is touching on the same topics, but I kind of liked it, but I think I was sort of in the middling minority. All right, another musical that I don't think was that great, but was the most theatrical thing I've seen in years, was Rocky. Now, Andy Karl is Rocky, and he's just wonderful. And the last 20 minutes of Rocky, where they staged the fight, we were sitting there with our mouths open. It's a coup de théâtre that I've never seen before. The first act, it's okay. The story is the story of Rocky, and it's got a lot of good humor in it and a lot of heart, and Andy Karl brings a lot of heart to the show. But I say you should see it for the second act. The score by Ahrens and Flaherty isn't that, it's not that great, to tell you the truth. It needs a little bit more rock thing for Rocky, but I still say it's sort of worthwhile seeing. You don't want to miss it, actually. Another reason not to miss another musical that was just okay, Bridges of Madison County, is because it's got a really good score by Jason Robert Brown. Kelly O'Hara is really great in it, and Stephen Pasquale is really great in it. As I fan myself, if you understand, because I'm talking about Stephen Pasquale, who is just wonderful. Can't take my eyes off that guy. And he's got a great jazz album, by the way. If you look him up on Amazon, I can't remember what it's called. Something Like Love. You should get that. Bridges of Madison County was a little too busy. Directed by Bartlett Sher. I wish they would have stuck closer to the two of them. They had these townspeople in and out, and I thought it got a little bit too big. Cut the intimacy out of it. All right, the rest of them I'll just get through fast. Tales from Red Vienna is a very strange play. It's got the wonderful Nina Arianda in it. It's about a woman who's widowed, supposedly, after the war, and she has to go out and sort of prostitute herself and yet still be an upstanding widow. They try to make it like a Schnitzler play or something, you know, from trying to recreate a play like from the 30s, and it's got 2 intermissions, which is too much, and it's a little bit too long. It's one you can skip. A play I liked that someone else I went with didn't like that much, The City of Conversation with Jan Maxwell. For a couple hours after, I was reading up on all the Robert Bork hearings, because I lived through them, but I couldn't quite remember, and I really was dying to know who replaced Robert Bork, and it was Anthony Kennedy. Robert Bork was nominated to the Supreme Court. It was a giant battle. This play takes place at 3 different periods of time, the most important being the Robert Bork hearings, the most recent being the Obama inauguration. And it just shows how politics can divide a family. It's happened in my family. And I thought it was really interesting, and a wonderful production at the Mitzi Newhouse. You know, Lincoln Center throws money at their shows, and they always look great. Some people didn't think this was the best play to do, but I thought it was interesting, and it made me like pick up some books. Then last week we went to see The Library, which is sort of a play about school shootings, sort of based on Columbine, but not so much the shooting itself as the effect on the people who are in it, and the people and the testimony of people, and how things progress during a shooting, and how people see things during a shooting. It's directed by the film director Steven Soderbergh. I thought it was a little dry and monotone in its direction, but a very interesting subject, and beautifully lit and well acted. Will Eno had an off-Broadway play called The Open House, which I thought was very amusing. It's no longer here. It was at the Signature. But Will Eno does have a play on Broadway right now called The Realistic Joneses, which I'm really not going to review because I saw a dress rehearsal. All I can say is that the play was a little mystifying to me, but it was a dress rehearsal. The cast was really good. It's got Toni Collette, Marissa Tomei, Dexter, Michael C. Hall, and never mind, I don't have the program here. The British woman. Anyway, they were all very good, and it was an interesting play, but it was a dress rehearsal. So the reviews are very good, and it's doing very well. A fun thing that I did like actually a lot, but I'm doing last because it's gone, was we saw one of the last performances, Disaster. Seth Rudetsky and Jack Plotnick put together all these 70 songs and put them in a really bad disaster script. I mean, a really funny, bad, good disaster script that made you laugh, and the cast was hysterical. And we saw it on a night when there were like 3 or 4 people out of the cast, and they had to like double, and I mean, they actually had a speech before just saying, this isn't how we usually do it. So it was really fun to watch that. All right, well, I felt like I just went through speed dating to the New York Theater. I hope you get out to the theater and see some stuff.